Tsimikas coming on, they're all senior players, so even though you brought the youngsters on, they could go and express themselves in the final third, and Endo was brilliant. So they had control at the back, but I'm so thrilled for the youngsters, to be honest. It's their moment, their time, and they deserved it.
Let's hear from the Liverpool captain, the man who got the winning goal, Virgil van Dijk with Emma Saunders.
Congratulations! Just watching you look around, take this all in, what does it mean?
So much. All the young boys on the pitch. If you see the extra time, it's incredible. I'm so proud of the team. Intense game for both sides. They had chances, we had chances, and amazing. First trophy as a Liverpool captain. Something for the fans, so let's enjoy it.
You've had some really big moments with this Liverpool side. As you mentioned there, everyone has played their part. But for you, how did it feel to be on the bottom of that pile of players, knowing it was you that found the winner?
I didn't want to get injured there. So I tried to get up a little bit quick, but I couldn't. Nah, listen, it's emotion, it's everything, and yeah, I'm so proud of the boys, you know, and see all the young boys, you know, making playing their part in what we achieved. It's incredible, and yeah, on to more.
It may not be the last time that you're at Wembley with Liverpool this season, but are you savouring it just in case it is with Jurgen Klopp as your manager?
You should always savour the good moments, and this is definitely one of them. And listen, we will never take these things for granted. You know, we are very, very blessed, and you see it today as well. Obviously, it could have been the other way as well that we lost, but we did it. We did a job, even with all the problems that we had before games and with the game. And yeah, I'm so proud. You know, I'm proud to be part of this club, especially proud of the boys. You know, they all play that part, so it's all credit to the team.
Congratulations to you all. Enjoy lifting that trophy. Well done.
Thank you very much.
When we went to the start of extra time, Daniel, we mentioned the young age of the Liverpool 11 at that stage. Average age of 24 with 3 teenagers in. Actually, Chelsea's was younger at that stage. They were just 23. But all their players were sort of grouped between 20 and 27. So it is that added experience that Liverpool had to guide the kids.
Absolutely. I mean, Chelsea, of course, spent a lot of money, and you know, this is a new group of players for them, a new team. And for Liverpool, the young lads coming on, no fear. They've got the senior boys out there to help them, putting them around and make sure they know what they're doing tactically, speaking to them throughout the game. And yeah, they gave everything. Virgil seemed more emotional. It seemed as if it means a lot, because in the end, it's the manager's last season. It's his first trophy as the captain of Liverpool Football Club. He's proud of the young players, and you can just see the delight in his interview.
No, it's like he was saying, not on my watch. Not on my watch are we going to have excuses, because Liverpool could have gone into this all the excuses and made more pressure with not having Klopp, with all the injuries. They could have had everything, and maybe Chelsea might have been favourites going into it because of those injuries, but he made no excuses for his side today.
It is a trudge up those steps for those Chelsea players. It will be a much more joyful ascent for the Liverpool players very shortly. To guide us through it, let's go back to Peter.
Yes, it is a better ascent to watch as Jurgen Klopp is going to be a part of. A ceremony for which Chelsea and Pochettino have no appetite. Here was their standout moment to make a memory of this turbulent campaign, and it got away. It's been a Carabao Cup run which has in no small part sustained them this season. It has taken them to the edge, training for nearly half an hour to Wimbledon right back in August. Within seconds of quarter-final defeat by Newcastle, they left themselves a semi-final to chase after losing at Middlesbrough, but they chased it in style. They got here, and the final step was just beyond them. So now, spanning nearly 6 decades, 10 appearances, they have lost as many League Cup finals as they've won, and this is 3 League Cup final defeats in a row. It's now 6 Wembley final disappointments on the trot, a gut-wrenching new record for them. They've not too much time for regret. They re-engage with the FA Cup in 3 days' time. A crack at Europe, despite all the turbulence, isn't quite beyond them in the Premier League. There's a lot of reason still for this Chelsea team to get up in the morning. But they lost here, And it stings. Gary, it stings.
Oh, it stings. I mean, the thing at the start of the game, with all Liverpool's injuries, you would think Chelsea could have won. When Liverpool's kids came on, you think they should have won, but then there was something just holding you back, because you couldn't see Jurgen Klopp watching Chelsea go and lift the trophy. That was always the thing I said before the game in the interview. And those Chelsea players will regret that extra time for a long, long time. I thought they played quite well and punched hard in the first 90 minutes and were unlucky. But in the real crux of the game, extra time, where they had Liverpool by the scruff of the neck with those young kids not having the answer in the last 10 minutes of normal time, they didn't turn up, they didn't perform, and you can't do that. You cannot do that. It was at half time and extra time that he had to bring them into a huddle and try and rouse them. What was up with them? But credit to Liverpool, they stand at the bottom of the steps ready for that magical walk, whilst those Chelsea players take the longest walk in football up those Wembley sweat steps to get the runners-up medal. But I'm really disappointed with Chelsea in that extra time period. You can lose any final, you can lose any game in football, but you cannot play like that. You cannot shrink and go back. Particularly when Liverpool had 5 kids out on the pitch. They had to go for the throats.
So he's about to have his moments, perhaps one of 2, 3, 4 moments, Jurgen Klopp. And the three-handled trophy will be delivered once more into Liverpool's hands. These are the last point steps on a cup run of thrills. Solskjaer's Wilkies against Leicester and West Ham. Nunez on a stormy night in Bournemouth. Gems from Curtis Jones in the quarter-final and the semi-final. Cody Gakpo, a thread running through it all. And then today, Van Dijk. No club has had more frequent, sustained ownership of this prize through the years. It has passed through the hands of some great captains, great players. Phil Thompson was first to lift it in these colours. Souness 3 times the last 40 years ago. Rush and Fowler, Hoopier, Gerrard and Henderson. And now the turn of the serenely indestructible leader of this age, Virgil van Dijk, and his boss. Jurgen Klopp's second League Cup to go with Paisley's 3 and Houdier's 2, and Fagan and Evans and Dalglish.
Oh, look at the energy, the passion, the spirit of Klopp. I can't wait till he leaves.
I might have a way to get down there.
To cherish, never to forget. The indestructible smile.
He's had some amazing moments here in Klopp. But the pride he must feel watching those players walk past him. Academy kids, I think how young they were when he first come to the club. And as I said, towards the end of the game, the man was colossal. Virgil van Dijk. Liverpool's success probably revolves around that sign that Jurgen Klopp made.
His cheeky, chirpy cue of young men, some of them so young they're pinching themselves. Has this really just happened to me? Did I cross the white line at Wembley Stadium and play as if I belonged? As if I knew? He's going first. And he will collide either side of the coast with his leader. A golden sky, the sweet silver song of a lark. And he's winding them up again. And he's milking the moment. And it is a moment of togetherness. Everyone is central. Not least the inspired young goalkeeper. The first prize of springtime is heading home to Anfield. Liverpool for a record 10th for this stirred, impassioned club may be just the start of it. A ticker tape launch to the great Klopp run-in. Klopp has the prize that history demanded for him and which he demanded for Liverpool.
I mean, great scenes for those young players. Look at them. Just spoke about how young they would have been when Jurgen Klopp came into the club. And there's no doubt that man has absolutely transformed the club's fortunes from where it was for 5 or 6 years before he came in. And as when it was announced that he was moving on, it's up to these Liverpool players to send them out with a bang. And they've started it well.
This week they re-engaged with the FA Cup. They're a week and a half from being back in Europe. Manchester City will be turning up on their fixture list before you know it. But for now they are blind to everything but this colour, this cacophony, this party. They've got one, and this one cannot be stripped away.
No, Jurgen Klopp's final lap. And he's run that first bend really, really well. He's excited tonight, but he's a workaholic, he's a winner. He'll have them back on the ground tomorrow morning, ready for the FA Cup on Wednesday, for the game at Notts Forest next week in the Premier League, because he knows that the big games are still to come, a lot still to play for. And I have to say, those young players, I love seeing young players do well. And those young lads, you cannot believe how important this will be in their lives. And they've got a manager who's, like I say, his spirit, his human side, his passion, his fight, everything that you would want in a football manager.
Surrounded by players who are 20, 19, 18, 17. Jurgen Klopp is bouncing around like a 16-year-old himself. Forever young.
There's a real joy, isn't there, Jamie Redknapp, in seeing the joy of Klopp and his senior players in what we've done today.
Yeah, absolutely. Because
That's such a great shot.
well, man, how do you follow that? How do you follow Jurgen Klopp? You're trying to come to Liverpool after what he's done and what he's created. It's virtually impossible. It is. The guy is just such a leader of men. He's led a city, he's led every Liverpool fan around the world has looked up to that man and what he's achieved and turned around the club that was at the time struggling and made everyone believe in what he's trying to achieve. And even those young players he's given opportunities to believe that he's got in all of them. He's just an incredible human being.
There'll be people up and down the country watching this at home in front of their television, watching in Bob's car, I'm sure thinking the same thing. You've got 17, 18-year-old lads here who are just taking this all in their stride. I can't imagine if I was 18 and up there, how
Brilliant victory.
as he's gone around.
Nothing was happening on the watch. And even when it weren't happening, okay, I'll go and get the set piece and I'll go and get the goal. I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I felt a little bit emotional then watching the Open Cup because I'm sad that he will be leaving. He won't be there at Liverpool. He won't see him week in, week out because it's been unbelievable, really. And what a guy as well.
And he's also, those squad members who missed this through injury, Curtis Jones, that he hasn't over the last 20 minutes or so of watching. I don't think he's missed anybody out as he's gone round that squad and the backroom staff.
It's a football family. They're all in this together, from the physios to players, fans, of course, who he absolutely loves. All his backroom staff. He wants everyone to be them, he's surprising to be there. So he's making sure they feel welcome as well. Like, yo, you're part of this. Like, you played your part today. The reason why our hands are getting on this trophy is because you gave your all for us. So brilliant victory for him.
And he trusts his players. You know, for those young players, they get the opportunities. Coup massive. These young players got a big future ahead of him. McConnell, Danny, Bobby Clark. Just magnificent for them. You look at the players that didn't play: Salah, Soboslai, Trent, Nunes, Jota, Curtis Jones, just to name but a few.
And actually, we've seen that several times this season. That, you know, he's not afraid of making those substitutions and bringing the young players. He's not always waiting until they're 3-0 up and the game is closed off. We were at Fulham in the semi-finals and they were under the pump a bit towards the end. Bobby Clark came on. He'll bring them on, whatever the match situation.
He will, and we've obviously spoken a lot about Klopp there, but it's also recruiting those youngsters to make sure they come through Liverpool's academy, they come through and they're able to go into that first team. So the whole system is just ran so well. It'll be really interesting how they move forward after this.
Plenty more reactions to come on as we hear from both managers before we are done here at Wembley. Liverpool have their hands on the 2024 Carabao Cup. The live sport keeps coming next week.
You're still recording.
Drops out, away we go.